sang to the sun today, threw rocks at the moon, bare bones naked and wet in their wheels, a chicken wing or two. Bells went green to Jones, the bargain's in, get back to the porch, tell us about what's on your mind.
Hey guys, Jeff here with Common Sense Camper. After my bushcraft video outing with my dad that we did last weekend, I had two people email me and say, hey, what do you typically carry in your haversack kit? So I thought I would share that with you. This is not going to be unlike anyone else's kit. I mean, the haversack kit and the 5C, the 10C kits have been done before, but I thought I would share mine with you and just kind of my experiences with it. So I unloaded it. I'm going to show you everything I have in it. And I'm actually going to load it in there for you. So I'm going to do a little bit backwards from what most people do. So the first thing I have in here is the Grabber Space Blanket. And that is just a 5x7 blanket. And that's one you've seen in plenty of my videos. And it works really well for a very quick shelter. So that would be the first thing. And I put that in there in the back. And I lay it flat because it seems to ride on my body a lot easier, and there's a little bit of padding there. So the next thing I would put in there is my backup blade, and that is the Azula 2 by Gsi, and I'm just going to slide that in between the fold of the Grabber blanket. And I usually have 2 or 3 of these. This is just fat wood that I bought at Home Depot in a big bag, and it works really well. It's actually, for the price, I think I paid $6 for the whole bag. There was probably 200 of these in there, and I'm still working my way through that bag. But I've used the other 2, so I just have the one in there. So that's something I need to replenish. And then I'd put a spoon or spork in there as well. Slide that in the back. And then the gloves, my leather gloves, this does have a little pouch at the top, and I'll go over the haversack itself here in a minute. So I just put that in the top, kind of keeps it nice and flat. With this haversack, there's no closure here, so you don't want to put anything in there like a knife or a pack of batteries or something to where when you open the lid, it's going to fall out. And then the next thing I would do is take my Gsi Cup, and I'm going to put that down on the bottom like this and push that all the way over to the side. And then this is the 40-ounce clean canteen. That's going to nest right inside of the cup. And then I'm going to take my fire kit, and I also keep my extra batteries for my headlamp in there as well. I'm going to put that on there, and there's a Ranger band that goes with that. There we go. And then wrap that up with a Ranger band, and then I'm going to put that on the other side. I'm going to put that all the way down at the bottom, like that. Alright, then I'm going to put the Bacchus Laplander saw in there. This is what I refer to as my kitchen sink, and I have a separate video of that, but that just has some loose odds and ends in there, a couple blanket pens, it has my sail needles in there, a very basic first aid kit. I have some lip balm in there, Advil, Imodium AD, and a couple small band-aids. I have another spare battery in there, and then a cork. So I take that and wrap it up in this hanky, so that gives me my cotton cloth. I can filter water with that. I can also make char cloth out of it. And I'm also one of those guys that always carries a hanky in my back pocket. So I will have a roll of number 36 bank line. Put that in there as well. Then a headlamp. And then I have a hank of 550 paracord. That is about 25-27 feet of paracord. And then this actually would carry on my belt, but I keep it in here just so if I decide on a whim I just want to go out and go on a day hike or just practice my skills. It's all in one package there, and I'm ready to go. And the haversack itself is the Pathfinder school regular haversack. This is made out of oilcloth, has a nice comfortable strap on it, and this is a fairly new purchase for me. I've used Rothko bags a lot in the past just because they're at a great price point, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with those for starting out, but I wanted something that was a little more waterproof, and this is a great bag. This thing, I have a feeling I'm going to have this a very, very long time, and you can just beat it to death, and I don't see this thing falling apart anytime soon. So they also make one that is an extra large. I believe it's 2 inches taller and 2 inches wider, but I wanted something small and compact because I'm not a big shoulder bag carry type person, and even with the water bottle full in this haversack, I'm very comfortable walking around and going a long distance. And I'm talking 12, 14 miles, and this is just rides really comfortably. What I like about the oilcloth, and this is a very rare haversack. I mean, it's very hard to find an oilcloth haversack like this. And there's only 2 places I know. The Pathfinder school, and then there is a place called the Canteen Shop. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of that makes these, but I believe they actually make them for the Pathfinder school. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that is the case. So rides very comfortably, and one of the things that I've noticed is, unlike most haversacks, this strap is actually attached flat to the back. Now you're probably asking yourself, well, what difference does that make? Most bags like this, the strap is on the side. And what I found is, by these straps being on the back, it really hugs your body. It does not flop around. Obviously, if you bend down, yes, it's going to move and flop around. But because the straps are attached on the back in that fashion, it really, really does ride comfortably on your body. And because of the oilcloth, and by me putting that grabber blanket in the back, it's almost like the best thing I can equate this to would be like a Ziploc bag full of really warm Play-Doh putty. You can almost like mold this thing like it's clay. So it's very comfortable. So that's the haversack. That's the haversack kit. That's what I carry in it. Obviously, I've covered a lot of the 5 C's are all in there, plus some. There might even actually be 7 C's in there. The only other thing I would carry on my body would be obviously a hanky. I always carry a pocket knife. I have my Leatherman with me. I will carry another ferro rod in my pocket, another source of fire, and then a compass. But other than that, that is more than enough. And after taking the basic class at the Pathfinder school, you can survive 3-4 days out of this pack. There's absolutely no doubt. I have done it. It does work. It's not the most comfortable thing in the world. You're definitely not living high on the hog, but you can do it, and you can survive with something like this very easily for 3 days. So this is Jeff with the Common Sense Camper, camping out.
Tell us about what's on your mind. Take a load off and have a snort. The wind wrapped all around me as I pop right down inside. I'm gonna shoot it straight to you boys. It's right, it's been a fight. No devils in my hair. Keep Jesus with my prayers. Stay out of life crosshairs. 'Cause fighting back feels every day.